So hello everyone again. We're back with Sandeep and we wanted to continue with our conversation tonight about consciousness. But I kind of remember, I always knew the word consciousness, but I don't know if I was conscious about consciousness and what exactly has been going on between that time when I was still not conscious to the time that now today I'm hoping that I'm more conscious. And so when I met Sandeep, he was a consciousness expert with 4 decades of experience delivering his art about consciousness and mindfulness to a variety of groups of people, thousands of people that he's been counseled on consciousness. Let's go and see, Sandeep, what exactly your take is. How does this look in our personal life? Tangibly, perceivably, what is this and how does this look?
This is a very important question, Orshi. And let's put it this way. What is personal life? Personal life is nothing else but the way we relate to people, situations, and things. Now, and one of the most important things is relating to people. And when relationship comes, there are 4 S's, which really are the foundation on which we develop a happy, contented, and a secure relationship. And what are these 4 S's? One is seen. We want to be seen the way we are. We don't want to be seen in parts, okay? And I doubt if anyone wants to be seen in parts.
Yeah.
So one is seen. Number 2 is being soothed. Whenever I'm in stress, so whenever I go to a person, be it my friend, be it my wife, be it my girlfriend, boyfriend, or whatever it is, parents, I need them to soothe me. The third thing is security. When I go to that person and speak to that person, what I want is the sense that I can speak my heart out without any filters and I will not be judged. And the fourth is safety, that I'm physically safe with that person. I think all listeners would agree that these 4 are the 4 cornerstones of any successful, contented, happy relationship. This is the one part. The second part is, as human beings, what is our reflexive tendency? What is our construct? And before I really answer your question, let me ask a question. Can you repair a car without knowing the dynamics of the car? No. You got to know the engineering of the car. Similarly, to repair ourselves, to change ourselves, to transform ourselves, we got to understand the dynamics of the human construct. Now, let me give you a stadium view. We are made primarily of 3 energies: the soul energy, the mind energy, and the body energy. Now, if I remove the soul energy, what happens? We die. So let's bring the soul energy back. We are alive again. And now I remove the mind energy, what happens? We are alive, but incapable of thinking and taking action. I bring the mind energy back. This means the soul was feeding the mind, and now I remove the body energy. We don't exist. So if you see in this entire equation, the mind was feeding the body or directing the body, and the soul was directing mind and the body. Now, what is soul? Soul is that prime energy, is the mover energy, is the essence of life. And its characteristics are love, mutuality, good of everyone, compassion, bliss, happiness. And what is the body energy? The tendencies of the body energy. It's grossly selfish because the body knows only 3 things. Number 1, organic satisfaction. Number two, organic multiplication. And number three, and most importantly, organic survival. And in between rests our mind, which keeps on oscillating between the soul energy and the body energy. And, if you guys just map your thought process, the thoughts you have had, the quality of the thoughts and actions for the last 24 hours or 48 hours, you'll find a lot of inconsistency in them. At one point of time, you were very noble, you were very saintly, you were very forgiving, full of love, compassion. And at the other point of time, you were just the devil. Why this inconsistency? It is because, like I said, the mind keeps on oscillating. When it is towards the soul, the thoughts and actions are saintly. When it is towards the body, the thoughts and actions are beastly or devilish. Now, for the 4 S's which I spoke of earlier, seen, safety, security, and soothe, can you fulfill those 4 S's when you are in a devilish mood? Obviously not.
No. And this is so amazing to hear, because to those who view us in this space and in my Ayurvedic practice space and in my hydration, space and in my wellness space, I try to explain to my Vibe Tribe community that it is about body, mind, soul connection, but how do we harmonize that? How do I actually help people to heal in this space where we have a recognition that if there is something in the body, maybe it originates from the mind, or it could come from actually a soul growth journey process, or a karmatic cord, or whatever you want to really call it, and that how we holistically view and how we holistically heal. And this is so amazing, because I just call it the battle of the ego and the higher self. And you just put it in such a lovely way where you said it's the battle of the body and then the actual soul, or how we oscillate the mind, right? So it's like, it's mesmerizing. It's mesmerizing. And once you understand how to correlate these different levels, right, then you've got that real power on leash.
Well, thank you, Orshi. I raised the question, can you satisfy the 4 S's operating like a beast? Obviously, you can't.
No.
So you got to operate from the higher level. Now, let me quickly also break down the mind. There are 3 qualities or attributes in the Indian wisdom, which are present in everything in the creation. And we call them gunas, means qualities. One is sattva. Sattva means purity.
Yes.
So the quality of purity. The second is rajas, which means action, the quality of action. And the third is tamas, which means the quality of darkness. Sattva represents the soul, tamas represents the body, and rajas represents the mind. Now, when the 3 of them are in sync, they're integrated, there's a coherence between them, our wellness is there. You see, because if we develop our soul without developing the exterior, or let's put it this way, we develop our internal world without developing the external world, we become lame ducks, because you need that external world to support you to live. Because the external world is the place where you take action, you breathe, you live, you quench your desires. And if you develop your external world, ignoring the internal world, what happens? You create man-eaters on the prowl, because then there's no ethics, there is no values, there's no compassion. So when the 3 are together, the 3 are in coherence, then you are in a state of well-being. You are in a state of health. And what happens? There are 4 intelligences, again, which are working in our body. The spiritual intelligence, the emotional intelligence, rational intelligence and the body intelligence. Now, to answer your question, right? Now, what is the permutation combination of these intelligences? When the spiritual intelligence and the rational intelligence come into play, ethics and values develop. When you're in a position to combine these two intelligences, you unleash ethics and values inside you. When you combine the rational and the emotional intelligence, you perform, you achieve. So when you combine your rational and emotional intelligence, what happens? Performance, results, achievements. Now that's very essential because action is inevitable in life. And when you combine emotional and spiritual intelligence, you get or you develop the ability to connect with the other people in a humane way, where you consider them as subjects like yourself. There's mutuality, there's love. And you did mention of Ayurveda. Ayurveda is founded on the principle of balancing the three qualities which I talked about.
That's right. And it's
And it functions
so amazing. So sorry, go on.
From the science perspective. Ayurveda functions from the epigenetic levels. You see, in Indian wisdom, 4 goals of life have been prescribed. And what are those 4 goals? Goal number 1, quench your desires. All of us have got desires. There's no point suppressing them. You've got to fulfill them. So that is goal number 1. Number 2, to fulfill desires, you need wealth, you need money. Go out and create wealth. Now, what happens when wealth comes in? Along with wealth comes in a lot of inner indiscipline because it's got a very alluring power, temporal satisfaction, sensation, a number of things come and your ego starts going up because along with wealth comes the power to exploit other people, to use other people. So the third goal in the Indian wisdom is discretion, dharma. Discretion. I mentioned earlier in one of the talks, conscience. Conscience is the moral ability to decipher what is right and wrong. So dharma is conscience. And now, how do you develop dharma or conscience? That is liberating yourself from the 5 evils of the mind. And what are those 5 evils? Obsession, lust, that is evil number 1. Anger is evil number 2. Greed, that is evil number 3. Attachment is evil number 4. And ego is the evil number 5. And let me also share with you, since everything is energy, you cannot destroy them. Don't waste your energy in trying to destroy them. Invest your energy in suffusing them, in reducing their dominance in your life. There are methods to it. There are processes to it, time-tested processes, scientifically validated processes, ancient wisdom-driven processes. But my humble submission is don't try to eradicate them, because a lot of healers, a lot of therapists, a lot of coaches say, hey, eradicate. No.
Yeah.
Energy cannot be destroyed. Energy cannot be
I
created. Energy can only be transformed. So just try to suffuse them by developing internal discipline.
So go through it, and grow through it, and be authentic in the process, even if sometimes it's those darker, processes that we have to go through, or soul-searching processes that we have to go through. So I really truly believe in that, and I absolutely admire and just could listen to you forever. But for the listeners, I'm just going to say that this is when we talk about authentic alignment. This is what I feel when all of those planets align, and I kind of just use this as an analogy for the body, the mind, and the soul, and the alignment of those energetics, when we really, once again, authentically can express ourselves and live in that consciousness and be secure and safe and seen and heard and suited. And that is so amazing. And so from here on in, for all of you guys that are interested in knowing more, we're going to be talking about even another aspect of consciousness and how all of this. And in my experience, I see that a lot of people associate consciousness with some sort of a woo-woo or whoosh-whoosh or something that is quite untangible. But let's show you how it is extremely tangible in the world of business and success and achievement and that kind of happiness, where we wouldn't know how to actually operate on a day-to-day life in the more transactional realm of our lives. Okay, so here it is. Let's go and continue on the next one with Sandeep. And until then, see you guys all on the next one. Thank you so much. Namaste. There we go. Okay.